Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know it's very early in the morning. Oh, there goes my thing. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was just my alarm telling me that I'm going live. You know. Anyways, good morning, guys. I know it's early this morning. Another day in paradise. Just stopping in to see how everybody's doing. Got an early start on this morning, early jump on this morning. Hey, good morning, Miss Kate. Just trying to get my life together here. Got up early, started doing some laundry, getting prepared for the week. I know it's only Saturday and that twisted. Getting things moving, getting things pushing along. So this week has been a really interesting week. Oh, Eric, you need to calm down. It's too early for that, honey. Bless your little trolley heart. Oh, Eric's gone. Sorry, guys. So anyways, nice stuff. So like I was saying, it's an early morning. People are out running, the hustle and the bustle, that kind of thing. And it's so weird because a lot of people are rushing last minute things, with the holidays coming up and stuff like that. I get it. It's just kind of one of those things, but the energy is super fresh. Oh, Kate, I'm so sorry, my dear. That's horrible to hear. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are crossing over. The energies are very high for some people. But I think a lot of people right now too have been, it's like their life purpose has been fulfilled. Like they've lived their lives and they're moving into this new transition. It's going to be very hard for a lot of us. Debbie and I were talking about this yesterday before the show, how the energies that are going around, like up until like beginning 12/12, like this month on the 12th, a lot of the energies beginning that portal that had opened. Good morning, Kimmy. The portal that had opened on 12/12, it's something to where people are feeling more, a lot of release, which has happened a lot to a lot of people this year. But this is like, the release that had begun, and then now the release that's really starting to take off, like little by little. But then at the same time, like 12/12 was like, boom. These are the ones that we're going to go ahead and really release. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like we're trying to let go. These are the ones that we're trying to let go of, but at the same time, we're like, no, I kind of want to hold on to that to a little bit. But then now the universe is just like, okay, we're really letting go now. You know what I mean? The kind of stuff that it's kind of like letting go of that favorite sweater or those favorite jeans you like. You're like, oh no, but it's okay. I'll be able to fit into them later, or I'll wear them. But you're like, no, I should really get rid of them and change my wardrobe, like that kind of thing. Like things we've been holding on to, or that whatever it is. But with the 12/12 portal that just came through, it was one of those things where, like, I know I was feeling tired. I was feeling kind of not really out of sorts, but just kind of like quieting down. Like I was saying, Debbie and I were talking about that yesterday, how come the 21st, a lot of people that have not fully released those things that no longer serve their best and highest good, they're going to be pushed. There's going to be that flash, and there's going to be that universal push for people to either wake up. And if they don't decide to wake up, they're going to be stuck in this lower vibrational energy, and it's going to be ugly. Because there's going to be a lot of battles between, like a lot of that lower vibrational energy going on between people that have made it and those that have not made it. So you could say emotions, you could say energies, you can say, people are going to continue to fall away. People are going to be losing their jobs. It's not that they haven't already, like a lot has been going on, but a lot of people are going to be walking away from things that no longer serve them. It's like the universe is going to be like, okay, this job no longer serves you. I need you to do this. So it may be like really, it may seem like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I just, what am I going to do? But then when that door closes, another door is going to open right after. So it's going to be good for a lot of people. Stay in that zone, man. Stay in that zone. Stay in that manifestation zone where it just continues to go, because the thing that a lot of people right now are in the flow and they don't even know it yet. They're like, oh my God, life is so good. For some people, I mean, honestly, truly, let's look at this, because there are some people out there, and it's like they're like, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. I mean, it's like a total shit show. I don't know what, something's got to give. Eventually something's got to give. Well, yeah. Then you get on the other side of the coin, you get people are just like, the world is, it's just like with everything going on in the world, they're just like, wow, new job, new relationship, money's coming in. You're just like me and Debbie. We manifested all this stuff. Oh, if voila, here's another troll. Jesus Christ, it's too freaking early for these damn people. Anyways, we get a lot of people that are coming into, yeah, I saw that. Anyways, it's just so weird because a lot of people, they're like in the zone, like a few of you, that are here just kind of in the zone. Things are going good. Some of it may be slower, some may be faster, but just once you're in that flow, it's just so natural, and it becomes second nature. And you're just like, how can I not have possibly been in the flow? You recognize it. It's like a ignition within your DNA, or within just who you are. And this is the thing about it too, is that this is who we've always been. To have an abundant life, to have everything that we've ever wanted, without having to go without, without having to, it's about always having, financial abundance, all those things that we were always meant to have. Who we are meant to be our entire lives automatically becomes who we are. It's like, if that makes sense, who we were always meant to be, it's like finally coming back to us because we get in the flow. And you know what? And it really makes me sad sometimes, because I think, man, it's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. I want everybody to feel this. So of course, me, when I say my prayers or I do my meditation, I always ask for, myself, my family, and all of evolution, because I want everybody to feel this flow. It's so rewarding, but at the same time, it's like everybody should be in this kind of zone. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have my own stuff. I still have every day, I got to deal with people at work, and I work around children, families, children, in the medical field. So I see it. I see their struggle. I understand their struggle. This job has actually been very, all my years of working in the medical field, I never really wanted to work around children, because it always, being extremely empathic, which I didn't know back in the day, it would always hit me very hard. I did not want to see children suffering. I did not want to see children, ill, whatever, any way it affected a child where they were not happy. It hurt me deeply. And now that I'm working in this field, so I never applied for those jobs. I never applied to work in the, children's hospital, those kind of places. Well, that's where I work now. For whatever reason, I was granted this position. And even though I felt a little, a little, I don't know, whatever, it was kind of hard to swallow. It was kind of those, I felt that quiver in my throat, like, oh, can I really do this? Can I do this? But for whatever reason, I had to be there. The universe said, no, it's time for you to help heal the children. So when the children come in, I say a prayer for them. That kind of thing. I'm and I've been there 3 weeks already. And it's one of those situations where the family is just like, they're very grateful. I don't do very much in their lives. I am not a huge, but I'm the person they meet when they first walk into the hospital. And I've had many, this past week, I had many people say to me how grateful they are to me. One lady was there, oh, Charmin, kick rocks. How a lady told me how she was grateful that I was there because her child seemed much happier. One of the little girls actually said to me, one of the young ladies, she said, thank you. You're always so kind to me every time I come in. And she's like, I feel a lot better when I see you. So that is a form of healing. That is a form of acknowledgement. That is a form of one way or another, they were touched by the softness, by the light that I carry for them, and the healing that I have, because I praise them all. I send them guidance. I send them, in myself, in my being. I wish them well. I send them love. All those little things, and it's working because I've gotten that feedback back from the kids and the parents and stuff. And not all of them are like that. Some of them are some of them are tough. Some of them are, that tough outer, stuff. But they're they're children. They have a purpose, as we all do. And some of them are just a little bit, going through their own things in life. And so I like to look at it as my way as just being there and just kind of hanging out with them and, just being there, and also filling them with loving white light and helping them to, just to kind of move forward in their healing, that kind of thing. So which is great, which is a good thing. Oh, thank you, Lisa. How you doing, dear? Hi, Kimmy. Hi, everybody. So yeah, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But anyways, yeah, for whatever reason, man, I was tiptoeing around it, man, all my 30 years in the medical field, and I'm like, I don't want to work at Children's Hospital. I can't do it. I'd bust out crying every 2 seconds. I couldn't do it. I couldn't see those things, but now, for whatever reason, you know what, I'm able to stand in my power. My spirit guides have helped me to be a stronger person, to be much, clearer in my healing and all those beautiful things. So it's a wonderful moment. It's a beautiful journey. It always has been. Even the ugly, the good, even the good, the bad, and the ugly. So hello, Patricia. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Today my show is early because I'm going to go make some tamales with my sister. Yeah, that was kind of like the last minute thing, but but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's Nana's old recipe. My spirit guide Nana. It's her recipe. It's her. My sister knows all that stuff to the T. So we're going to go and create that magic today. So of course my grandmother's she's fully excited because she's like, yay, you're cooking, you guys are, you know what I mean? It's a tradition thing for her. And so Nana wants to put in the orders. Now you need to make this many dozens. My grandmother is funny. But anyways, so I hope everybody's having a really good Saturday. Good morning, Debbie. I see you. So yeah. I'm glad you guys were able to join me here early this morning. Oh yeah, Kate, Nana's like super excited. She's like, and plus I got to stop by the Indian store to pick up some more Palo Santo on the way to my sister's. So it's good stuff. It's really good stuff today. So I hope you guys are doing really good things today. I hope you guys are hanging out. Oh my God, 20 dozen last year. Holy moly, Kimmy, that's a lot of tamales. I think my sister bought like 20 pounds of masa. I think that's what she said. I'm not sure. But I'm sure I'll find out when I get there. But anyway, so good stuff. Good stuff is happening. I hope everybody's safe and healthy. For the holidays, getting ready. Keeping in mind that we are all in prayer mode still for those that are less fortunate than us. Whenever I go to the store this time of year, plus Albertsons and well, a couple of the grocery stores, but during Thanksgiving and during Christmas time, I know that they do, in some of the grocery stores, like for extra $5 or $10 or something, you buy you can buy a bag for a family or whatever. So I like to do that. I'm really big on that. This weekend, I'll probably buy like $50 worth or something like that. So people are able to have some food and stuff. So I'm super excited. I do those things. I like to give back when I can. Um, and to me, it's very important. I'm sure you all give back in your own, in your own little way. But different things like that, because they're very important to be able to help those that are unable to have, um, that extra food or that extra things for their family. The grandkids, everybody's doing good on my side. I understand there are some losses there, Kate. And again, my condolences to you and your beautiful family. So other than that, I know that there's going to be some changes coming up with Debbie and my schedule coming up. I'm so grateful for her for being able to work with me with my schedule. It's going to get a little bit crazier here. I got some stuff in the works, but Debbie is just so lovely, and we're going to take some time out and work, because I know she's got a lot of stuff on her plate. She's been really, really busy as well. She's got a lot of readings, and her packages are like super, super cool. I'm loving it. Her January packages, it's like $10 a week. So it's like $40. I know you can get those on Psychic Fixes. You're able to, you get like a reading a week, or, she does something different a week. Cards, candle, whatever she's doing, whatever her box includes. So you get something one thing every week. It's like $10 a week. It's good stuff. So anyways, yeah, the 21st is going to be really good. I want you guys to understand that this is going to be the day where a lot of people are going to be, you know what, man, it's both sides of the coin. The energies are flowing right now. The energies are flowing a lot right now. But come the 21st, a lot of us are going to get clarity. A lot of us are going to be pole vaulted into another higher level way of thinking. But also, a lot of us are going to be that are not, that are taking baby steps, that are coming through, are going to become more sensitive. And I want you to know that, find your tribe. You found us here, me and Debbie here, on Psychic Fixes. But you know what? Find your tribe. Don't be afraid. I had a lovely lady, forgive me, I can't remember her name, but yesterday, very beautiful lady. And there's so much power behind each and every one of us as women, and the empowerment that we have. But sometimes we stand in our fear. We can't move forward. We can't reach deep within ourselves to do for ourselves. Yes, we are nurturers, we are mothers, we are nurturers, we are aunts, we are the whole shebang. But at the same time, we forget to stand in our power. We think we're in our power because we're able to do so many things and wear so many hats for so many different people in our lives. But when it comes to ourselves, we forget, or we're afraid to push forward. I was one of those. I was truly one of those. Trust me, I have been there. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And the thing about it too is that come the 21st, a lot of us are going to find our power. That power that's we had within ourselves. It's like the torch that's being lit, and we're able to just carry it, and this time not carry it and hold it like this within ourselves. Our fire is going to burn from the inside out, and we become unshakable. We become unmovable. We become, like, meaning we stand in our ground. When I say unmovable, we're able to stand in our truth and be like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to shrink myself to make people around me like me, or to have people around me, accept me for how they see me. They accept me for how I put myself out there to the world. And that's a very powerful place to be, because, you hear people say, I don't care what people think of me. They can take me or leave me. But way down underneath, of course they do. Because when somebody has to say those words, oh, I don't care what people say about me or what they think about me. But there's a little bit of truth into that they do. And when we speak those words out to the universe, it's kind of like, not bitter, but it's not anger, but it's just kind of like, it's ego that speaks. But when we actually look at it, when we stand in our power and we stand in our truth, we're like, okay, you know what? I'm good. You know what? I'm going to love them regardless of what they got going on in their own lives. But you know what? They can accept me, and I'm okay with them not being in my life. If they're not able to accept me for the gifts that I have. That, this is the thing about it too, is that a lot of people I know on my journey, whether, like I would always say, whether it's family, friends, even our own children, at times it doesn't change the fact that they're our children, we love them. Sometimes they don't understand the our journey. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't respect it. Sometimes they don't want to. They're just like, they don't believe in it. Or sometimes they just don't want to hear it because it's based on fear. What is the first thing you tell somebody? Oh yeah, you know what? I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm a witch. I'm a good witch. You can call me kitchen witch, solitary witch, whatever. I don't label myself, because if I label myself, that means that I own it. Like I shut myself down. I will own it, but you know what? I don't want to box myself in with some kind of label, because I don't know what I am. I'm still learning every single day, just like I'm sure all of you are learning who you are. We all have different gifts. Some of us can cook better than others. Like my sister. I mean, I can cook, yeah, but my sister, she can cook. She's a lot like Nana, right? Or you get somebody who is excellent at multitasking. I'm a good multitasker, but then at the same time, there could be someone that's better. How about an organizer? Okay, some people call it obsessive compulsive, right? You got somebody that can organize their closet. All the pink clothes are with the pink clothes, all the black clothes are with the black clothes, or whatever color, whatever. The high heels sit on the top, the low, the pumps or whatever, the tennies are on the bottom, whatever. We're all good at something. We're all excellent as, growing up. We're all excellent at something. That's our go-to. That's it's not who we are, it's just what we're good at, right? So when we look at those things where we're able to wear so many hats for so many different people, including ourselves, and we take, and that's something we can share with the rest of the world. We're teachers. We're mentors. Maybe, I mean, honestly, if somebody could help me organize my room, I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it, right? I have a good friend of mine, Myrna. She's an excellent, I mean, she can, she's a mover and a shaker. She's just one of those. She can wear many hats, and she does very well at each and every one. So my point is that as women, as men, whoever, I mean, the 21st is going to come, and we're going to find our power more. I mean, and this is power we've already had. These are DNA acknowledgments that we've had. They're just not awakened yet. These are activations. These are light codes. These are things that we came to Earth with, but we didn't know what we had. We forgot, or whatever happened. They're all going to be brought to light. And this is what's so awesome, is that come the 21st, and I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that already. I know I am. I could sit down and just sit here, but don't get me wrong. If I'm tired, you know what? I'm kind of like, whatever. It takes me a hot second to get together, but I'm telling you, boom, a much quicker, much clearer messages. And it's just kind of like it automatically just moves. It automatically just moves. A lot of you are going to sense that. You're going to feel it. Let it flow. Don't fight it. Let it flow. Don't think you're crazy, number one. Let me put that out there. Don't think that you're crazy, because you're not. Allow the messages to come through. Your ancestors are going to step up and they're going to work with you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to come to you. A lot of you are already talking in your astral traveling. A lot of you people have been doing a lot of that, don't even know it yet. You go to bed early, you wake up in the middle of the night, you go to the bathroom, whatever you do, you go back to bed and you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm good. Then you wake up in the morning to start your day and you're like, holy crap, you're tired. You feel like you haven't slept at all because you've been astral traveling. Or you've been getting these messages while you're sleeping, these activations, these kind of things. And that has a lot to do with being upgraded, getting those DNA codes. Though a lot of that is coming through, and a lot of that is from Mother Earth, and it's also from the activations from the highest up. So when the 21st comes around, a lot of you, I mean, like I said, it's been happening since all year round, all this whole year. This whole year has been one of those. But also the 12th, it opened up that portal again, and we're moving into a much more faster, much more it's gonna let your head spin, but it's gonna be a good thing. And come the 21st, a lot of you are just gonna wake up one day and just be like, holy crap. You might be able to talk to dogs. You'll hear a dog talk to you. Dr. Doolittle, Eddie Murphy, that movie, the dog's talking to you, whatever. You'll be able to understand them. Trust in your gut. Yes, that dog's probably talking to you. Or the sensitivity of knowing things before without knowing them, right? How do they say that? You know what you know without knowing. That's spirit guiding you. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of transitioning, a lot of changing, a lot of letting go. Let it go, man. Let it go. Some people, maybe at the end of this year, some people may fall off if they haven't already fallen off. Again, family, friends, children. Sometimes the universe is just going to separate you briefly for a little bit. But then again, it is what it is. You got to respect it. You got to allow it, because people are also having to learn lessons themselves too. It's not just all about us. Other people are having to walk in their upgrade to their evolution as well. So we can't take things personally. That's what my grandmother says. We can't take things personally. We just have to take them as they come, and just be like, okay, you know what? I see them being stretched. I see them being, worked with. I see them working their inner issues, those kind of things. So, which is a good thing, We honor that, we respect that, we send them healing, and we allow them to walk in their journey as we need to walk in our own. Sometimes it's hard. I learned this firsthand yesterday. I have been doing readings. I've been doing, true story. Keep this in the vault, people, please. A very dear friend of mine had come to me a few months back and asked me about, relationship advice, this kind of thing. And I said, nope. And when somebody asks me about a relationship and they ask me about a certain person, and when I see just a white blank sheet of paper, that means that it's fake. When somebody tells me, when I try and tap into somebody, they say, oh, can you tell me about this person, whatever. And, they just tell me like, whatever, the first name or whatever, I don't know. And I tell them, I said, you know what? Let me look at their energy. And when I try and tap into their energy, all I see is a blank sheet of paper. That means that person's fake. There's nothing there. There is no vibration. So it's simply a lie, plain and simple. So I had advised this person many months ago about, a couple other people. Well, somebody new came along and it was the same exact thing. And she completely got ripped off yesterday. Bank cleared out. So this is what I mean by our intuition tells us that things are happening around us. But sometimes, you know what? As shitty as it was, sometimes we just got to learn that lesson. Sometimes, for whatever reason, that lesson has to be learned so that we stop doing those things or whatever. It's a hard lesson to learn, but it happened. So sometimes those things are the hardest things to stand by and watch. But intervening, that's one of the spiritual laws, non-interference. So, anyways, Terry, hello, Terry. The 21st is the Great Conjunction. It is where Jupiter and Saturn, I believe, are going to be the closest to one another. And what happens is that everyone will be receiving a spiritual, it happens every 20 years. Everyone is going to receive a spiritual push. It's like a flash of light, a flash of energy where everyone, around the world, and people are going to be pushed into a higher way of thinking. I'm sorry, I apologize. So, in other words, for those that are spiritually enlightened, I don't want to say the word enlightened because that's such a huge responsibility, and there are very few that are enlightened. But for those that are spiritually inclined, such as myself and many others out there, like light workers, those kind of people, the healers, the shamans, they're all going to be getting much more sensitive, much more knowledge, spirit, channeling, mediumship, all those lovely things. Hello, Carlos. Good morning. Tina, Terry, absolutely. A lot of people, hi, Jessica. A lot of people are going to be reaching higher levels of their spirituality, the sensitivities of all the clairs, clairvoyant, clairsentient, all those different clairs, So, anyways, I know my sensitivity for myself has been, I'm able to channel sometimes. I mean, I've always channeled, but I noticed that I don't really have to work at it anymore. I don't have to like prepare like I used to before. It just automatically flows. Like my spirit guides, they'll just come in and they just right away, they just start talking and then like, puh. So it's not like I actually have to prepare myself. It becomes more natural, if I may say. It becomes more natural. You become less triggered by, how do you say, you're okay. So you say you're a meditator. I'm really big on meditating, but what I'm trying to do is actually focus on my breathing a lot more. But at the same time, I'm able to. I read this one time. It's really weird. When you're able to walk through your day and not have your nervous system ticked by any situation or a person or anything like that, you're forever walking in peace. Does that make sense? So you're walking through your day and you're not affected by those things around you. You send them love, you send them healing, you send them understanding, regardless of whatever the situation is. You go to work, and it is hard. This is something I've been working on. It is hard because you have to understand when you're able to walk through your day and not be triggered by those situations that you normally would be triggered by, that's when you're able to walk in peace. You're not so automatically like, you don't jump at it's kind of like that, when you're talking to somebody and you're like, you're listening to them, but at the same time you can't wait to respond. You know what I mean? It's being able to step down off of that, out of that zone, and you're able to just be like, I hear you, I can respect it, I acknowledge it. You're not shifted in any way. You're able to just be like, I get you, I hear you, I acknowledge you. And sometimes, and this is something too, is that how many times does somebody, they just want to they just want to tell you, what kind of a day they've had, and it's been a horrible day, but they don't want your opinion, right? Some people just want you to hear what they have to say because that helps them to release that, you're their plug, but then it doesn't affect you. You know how somebody comes and tells you, like, perfect example. You have a friend that keeps dealing with this guy that's messing, whatever the situation may be, and she always comes to you and complains to you about her relationship, and then right away you get triggered, and you go into that thinking, oh yeah, he ain't about nothing, blah blah blah. Right away you start bad mouthing the situation, and it causes weirdness between you and her because she's going to go back to him or her, whatever the situation may be. Those are the moments where you're able to stand in your power and just be like, okay, I'm going to hear you out. I got you. Because you are the one at the same time that you're listening to them. And even though it may be the same story, but you're listening to them, but you're also helping them to heal because they're able to get those things out and they're not holding those things and pushing them down deep inside. I hope that makes sense because I know it seems like a vicious circle, but trust me, as a healer, as a light worker, when you're letting somebody tell you something that is that has deeply hurt them or has like really put them in a place of where they really feel badly about themselves, you're actually helping to heal them, and you're releasing them of that lower vibrational energy. But then when you do get a chance to say something, you pump them up and you tell them how wonderful they are. And whether you say it to them in words or whether you send them to that within your heart, within your energy. This is absolutely, what I do. Well, this is what I do. You see somebody that's having a really hard time, and I like to. This discussion came up. I didn't really have a topic, but this is because this time of year people are really on the struggle. Holidays are very difficult for people. They get suicidal. They get very depressed, especially right now. Nobody can go anywhere. Nobody can do anything. People, money is tough for some people. So, like I say, you know, people need to um, really be the listener, to be be able to be understanding, as difficult, excuse me, as it may be sometimes for some people. We send them healing as a light worker. We send them healing. I know that there's Reiki groups out there as well. As I am a Reiki healer myself, I like to send healing to those people that are out there. But you know what? Sometimes right now people just need somebody to listen to them, to understand them. This is the great time where our elders come and they speak. Our elders come in and they speak and they tell us about the old days and the old times and how we absolutely, how they struggled. And I think to myself, man, we got it so freaking easy compared to back in the day, the way our elders had it. And we have no excuse. Sometimes I think to myself, we have no excuse, but then, what do we do with what we got? When we feel we have less, when in reality, when we look at our ancestors, they had a lot less than we did. So this is a moment of absolute gratitude, of absolute love, of absolute understanding, compassion, unconditional love, all of those beautiful things. And it is hard. It is, yeah, Lisa. Sometimes it is hard to be a good listener. Absolutely, Lisa. It is hard. It is hard, but sometimes, let me tell you, Lisa, just as the healer in you has that, those friends that they like to rehash the same shit, the same topic, right? The same, what? That's their struggle. And until they can get past that struggle, the universe is going to continue to bring them that struggle. And that's what's kind of crazy. But at the same time, you're the one that's able to heal them, even without saying anything, to their words, to your words that you speak to them. Have you ever talked to somebody? Perfect example, dude. Have you ever had somebody just come up to you and they're like, "Puh," they just kind of, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm a head shaker. Absolutely. Yes. I shake my head because not only am I accepting what you're saying, I'm listening to what you're saying. You have my full attention. Absolutely. And you know what? And sometimes just that head shake, people are like, hey, she's with me. She's with me. And that is just enough to help people to be like, okay. And that's why people come back to you, Lisa. That's why they do that. Because you're engaged. That's the word. You're engaged to what's going on in that moment, even though sometimes you don't feel it in your soul. Or you're just like, dude, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. But at the same time, you're like, I feel you. And that's why you get those moments, Lisa. Absolutely. We all get those moments. Yes, Carlos, I am excited for the 21st. I am exactly, well, I mean, I'm excited for every day, but the 21st, yes, I cannot wait to see what happens. I'm going to be like this. What are you going to bring me? What are you going to bring me? I'm super excited. Super excited. Hello, Tracy. Is Brett here? Is that Brett? Crisscross applesauce? Oh my God, Brett, you're the best. Let's see here. All the time, even people I don't know. You know why? Because you're a natural healer. Lisa, because you're a natural healer. You have that healing of being able to people can come to you. But that's just being empathic. That's just being a light worker. We're all light workers in our own little way. We are all light workers in our own in our own little way. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. But even if you sit, you know what? You're a light worker if you walk across the street and you see a lady that needs help with their groceries, and you kind of, or grocery store, whatever, the parking lot. You go and you walk up to her and you ask her, you know what? Can I help you? That's being a light worker, because not only are you putting her in you looking and seeing she needs assistance, you're putting her best interest before your own, but you're giving her that healing to help her to be like, it's okay. And that helps people trust in humanity a little bit more. How many times you go, okay, and I'm guilty of this, trust me, I'm guilty of this. Sometimes when I get to work early or I leave to work late, wherever I go, I always get my keys in my hand and I have the keys sticking out this way. Because you don't know. How many people, back in the day, we didn't have to lock our doors, right? To our houses. We didn't have to lock the front door anymore. I mean, they never locked their front door, right? God's country. And now we have to lock our doors, our windows, and all that. Yeah, I would love to believe in God's country again, but those days are gone. Eventually they'll come back soon. We never know. But at the same time, just having those moments of where you're able to trust in humanity again, trust that there are good people out there, trust that people are willing to help without expecting something and, wanting something in return. That's who we were. That's who we are. We are natural healers in our own little way. You go to the grocery store or wherever you're going and you say hello. You give somebody a smile, a random stranger a smile. And they look at you and they're like, I don't know that person, but they smiled at me, and they feel this warmth and they smile back. That is a natural healer. I don't know people. I mean, there's some people I don't know. I smile at everybody. I don't care, because you know what? That one smile may help them out of the darkest day of their lives. I compliment them on how beautiful they look, or, without being weird about it, just be like, you know what? I love your hair, or whatever it may be. Whatever the circumstance may be. Oh my God, I love your shoes, or I love your purse. I love your bag. You look lovely today. I just want to point that out without being weird, but you look lovely today. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. I'm like that. I'm like that. That's my go-to. I do that all the time. And it's funny because people are just like, how many times do we go through our days without telling our families how much we love them? Oh, they know. They know. Yeah, but how? Yeah, they may know, but sometimes they want to hear it, right? Who of us are guilty of that? Every time before me and Debbie hang up, after a show, or even when we talk, okay, I love you. Tell the family I said hello. I send my love, and I send healing all the time. Whoever I speak to, I always say a prayer at the very end. Uh, may the universe bless them. and everything, all that's good, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes, some people may say, oh, that's obsessive. No, because that's what a light worker does. That's what a healer does. But I've always been that way ever since I was a child. I was always that way because my grandmother, Nana, was that way. So there's a lot of things that we do, whether it's tradition, whether we've adopted it ourselves, or whether we have just come into it. One day we just walked, we picked it up one day, and we've carried on with it. Well, there's a reason why we do that as healers. It just like, okay, just like Brett. Brett is Debbie Duncan's cousin, right? So one day we were on the show, he joined the show, and crisscross applesauce. She called Brett crisscross applesauce. And it triggers me in a good way because my granddaughter used to say that. My granddaughter, when she was about 2 or 3, she used to say that, Grandma, sit down. Or, well, she called me Gamma, sit down. And I'm like, okay. So I'd sit down on the floor with her, and she's like, no, Gamma, crisscross applesauce, because that's what they'd say in her class. So there we go. That's a happy moment that Brett never knew in my life, right? But Debbie triggered that beautiful emotion, that beautiful happiness, that awesome stuff that it took me back to those lovely times with my granddaughter, and how we would sit there and laugh. And I'm like, where do you get this stuff from? And, I'd ask her, she's like, Gamma, from class, from school, we crisscross applesauce. Remember back in the day, we would sit there Indian style, whatever, but now it's, how cool is crisscross applesauce, man? You don't get any cooler than that. You don't get any cooler than that. So now Brett and I have that little bit of bond that I'm sure he didn't know before, but now he knows. Crisscross applesauce, because it takes me to a happy place. It raises my vibration, and here we go. Good stuff. That's top shelf stuff, right? So with that being said, see, so everything is, it's a snowball effect. You can't, once the healing starts and once that light worker kicks in, you can't take that stuff back. Once spirit comes to you in your sleep and you acknowledge it, once you see that spirit out of the corner of your eye, that gray shadow or whatever it is, or you see that pixie, or you see whatever, that dog starts talking to you, all of that energy, all of that, those intuitions, those senses start waking up, you can't take that stuff back. Once you open up the box, Pandora's box, the good Pandora's box, once you open up the healer, you cannot stop that healer from continuing on the travel, because that's your life purpose. That's what you're here for. And those energies too, Carlos. Yeah. Don't be nervous. Everybody can say that they're nervous, but let's just say we go to sleep on the 20th and we wake up on the 21st, and we're just like, hey, you know what? Before you guys go to sleep on the 20th, or before you guys go to bed that night on the 20th, you ask your spirit guides, you ask your angels, whether you know them or not, whether you know your spirit guides or not. The angels, of course, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, even Archangel Metatron. You ask them to come in and guide you, to help you. Rest your body, to rest your etheric, your spirit, to help to keep you in your bed so that you're able to rest. As you allow Mother Earth and the higher realms to go ahead and send you those activations, you ask your Akashic Records keeper to clear your silver cord as you sleep. Your silver cord is that cord where it holds onto your etheric body. When you have that out of body experience, that silver cord that holds to your avatar body, your body, and it holds to your etheric. So you can travel back to your body. You won't get lost, okay? So you ask the Akashic Records keeper to please clear your silver cord from any other travels that you had from the past. So it doesn't, if you do travel, you travel, but you don't carry the resonance from the other travels, okay? But ask them. Ask your archangels and your spirit guides to please guide you as you sleep, to help you to ease those new activations, those new light codes, whatever blessings the universe is going to bring you on the 21st for that flash, to help you to ease into those gifts, to help to guide you through those emotions or energies, to help soothe you through the transition, but to also help you to understand those energies that are coming through, so that you know. So, you may not understand them all at once, but just ask them to help ease you into that transition, and they will. They will. Ask your spirit guides to come in, whether you know them or not, and just ask them to help you. For like, even ask the angels for like, up to a week, however long you need them to help you. To assist you in activating those slowly, or gung ho, however you want to activate, or however you want to bring those on board. But don't be afraid. You can be a little nervous, but don't be afraid. Because the moment you're able to stand in your power, man, you're just going to be like, holy shit, why didn't I do it? You're going to say, wow, why did I wait? But this had to be every 20 years. This is how it goes. Mother Earth will be replenished. We're still going to be working through those old energies to release them, but also ask that of your spirit guides. My grandmother says, don't forget. Ask that of your spirit guides, as well, and the archangels, to help you to release that old, that no longer serves your best and highest good, and ask them to help you to, as you transition those lower vibrational energies, or those old things that no longer serve your best and highest good, transition that stuff out and allow for the new to come in, so you're comfortable, so you're able to just be like, okay, it's like a library of knowledge and all those other things, and you're able to just get that energy in and just flow it and feel it in your heart. Let your heart chakra open. Let your heart open. Embrace it with unconditional love. Absolutely, 555. I've been seeing a lot of 555. I've also been seeing a lot of 777. It's been really weird. I've been seeing the number 777,777. Three times I've seen it in one day. What are the odds of that? So a lot of people also, you know what? That's a good point. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. The numbers, the synchronicities as well. A lot of you are getting synchronicities, the feathers on the ground. Those are the angels. Those are your ancestors, the pennies. Also, you're getting those songs that are coming on the radio, the numbers and synchronicities, just like that. A lot of you guys are going to be getting random money that's coming in as well. It's really one of those things that the synchronicities are going to keep coming, and they're going to keep coming, and they're going to keep coming. 707, absolutely. See, when you get like 777, like those, the more numbers you see, the stronger it is. Now with the sevens, it's showing the transition into higher levels, as well as being able to stay in that spiritual vibration, to carry on, to keep, like you're on the right path. Keep those thoughts clear, keep them in high vibrational energy. Don't muddy your waters, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? It's a lot like, being able to stay in your power. You're doing good. It's a confirmation, and a lot of those numbers are confirmation. Say you get like even 707. Sometimes you look, okay, another good one too is you look at the clock and all of a sudden you keep seeing 1212. You see 1212, 1010. You see any numbers that you see, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, that's weird. And you Google it. Google it. It's a message. Trust me. Google it. It's beautiful stuff. So I always feel like your grandma knows me personally. She always puts me back in my, yeah. You know what? My grandmother reaches out to people, not just because, she's my grandmother. But you know what? I do send my grandmother to work with people. I've done healings with my grandmother. And there's times where I don't even have to ask her. She's like, you know what, mija? I'll be right back. I'm going to go over here with my grandmother's funny. I'll be right back. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go work with this girl, or I'm going to go, funny stuff. I mean, my grandmother's like that. I'm going to go handle this for a minute and I'll be right back. I'm like, okay, you know where to find me. It's funny. I love it. It's beautiful energy. But anyways, so yeah. So my grandmother does stick around with some of you guys. Trust in that, Jessica. She does, because sometimes she now she's just like queen bee, man. She can flow and go wherever she wants, you know. So which is a good thing. It's a lovely energy, and I'm sure you'll know that she's there, Jessica. So that's a very good thing. She's very loving, very nurturing, and she has very good guidance for you and for all of us. She does it for all of us. So yes, Carlos, have 1010. I've seen them a lot. Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. I can see that. I can see that definitely. The 1212, absolutely. Absolutely. So the 1212, you should Google that 1212, or go on YouTube, watch the videos, Carlos, on 1212, and that portal that opened. And there's going to be some answers in there for you too. I can see that already. So, well, guys, I hope this has been a lovely show for you. I'm sorry I didn't get to any readings, but I got a lot of good things to do today. But anyways, I want you guys to know that I am so extremely grateful for you guys coming and seeing me this early. I know it's early for me. So I will be here again next Saturday. We got some things cooking. This, of course, Wednesday, our usual Wednesdays. Good stuff, good stuff. So again, we hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe this week. Have a happy holiday. I think Wednesday is the 23rd, right? So we're going to be doing a gifts giveaway on the show at 6:30. Me and Debbie are going to be doing some good stuff. And I'm not sure if Tamanova is going to be with us. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. But anyways, good stuff is coming up. You guys, please stay safe. Have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the weather. I love you all so very much. And Nana says, thank you, everyone, for showing up. We're going to go make some tamales. Take it easy, guys. Take care now. Bye-bye.